Thank you, thank you. So this here is a foreign domestic worker. She's obviously pregnant. Her employer terminated her when she found out about her pregnancy. This is illegal. As of 2019, there are 390,000 foreign domestic workers in Hong Kong. They contribute to 3.6% of Hong Kong's GDP, and this number is expected to rise to 600,000 by 2047. Out of these 390 foreign domestic workers, 1.5% of them are male, and 89% of them are female. Now, these women are human. They have feelings. Many fall in love, some have sex, and a few get pregnant. As a result of the pregnancy, many of these workers' employments are terminated. Or they are forced to resign once the employer becomes aware of the pregnancy. Some employers seem not to know that it is illegal to terminate a foreign domestic worker on grounds of pregnancy. Or if they do know, they try to justify this dismissal by some form of wrongdoing so severe as to warrant summary dismissal. For example, the employer might accuse the worker of stealing or hitting their child. Now put yourself in these workers' shoes. You're now unemployed, homeless, penniless, and pregnant. What do you do? Let me introduce you to Siti, who has been through exactly that.
Cô有冇嚟告 M？ 佢話你係咪有咗 BB 啊？咁如果你唔係有 BB， 你點解冇嚟 M 嘅咁樣？跟住話你知唔知而家太太冇返工，你仲喺度，我俾唔到人工你仲做唔做啊？咁樣我話咁如果先生俾唔到人工，我梗係唔做啦咁樣。跟住佢話你自己話唔做嘅喎，咁跟住佢叫我簽名，跟住俾1個月人工，係啊，但係冇俾啲機票錢啊，1個月通知嗰啲冇俾到。大肚1個月到4個月，我冇地方瞓。我有時瞓公園，有時瞓網吧，有時冇嘢食。見到PathFinders，跟住嚟咗呢度，我可以傾下我啲嘢，我啲問題。PathFinders幫咗我到好多嘢，我又可以瞓喺度有嘢食，唔好似以前咁樣。
Now, ladies of the audience, let me ask you a question. How many of you here have ever been asked by your boss whether you have missed a period? That's because they have no right to do so. Siti's employer asking her to work for free is illegal. Failing to send her home is illegal. However, luckily, not all employers are like Siti's employer. On several occasions, PathFinders was able to intervene to prevent termination of employment by educating and supporting both employer and worker. One such example resulted in an employer allowing the child of their foreign domestic worker to live at their home. The child is now happy, healthy, and doing well at school. Children born to foreign domestic workers are amongst the most vulnerable population of Hong Kong. They're born in the shadows, they're undocumented, and they're often stateless. They have no access to healthcare, education, or government benefits. However, these problems don't just lie on a personal level. They exist on the public level as well. Society shuns these people, and so does our government. There is simply not enough protection or guidance for these children and their mothers, and nobody knows how to deal with them. These women and children must be supported, so how can we do that? There's a dedicated charity that I joined that supports these children and their mothers. It's called PathFinders. PathFinders is now 10 years old and has already helped 6,000 lives and counting. I recently joined PathFinders to help them on their mission, and I need your help. So PathFinders started 10 years ago when its co-founders discovered 2 babies and their migrant mothers in Chungking mansions. The mothers were illegal overstayers and had no money to feed their babies. They could only afford to feed their babies leftover rice water. So PathFinders was established to ensure that no children or their mothers should ever have to suffer like that again. PathFinders is a unique organization dedicated to ensure that these vulnerable children and their mothers are respected and protected. It is the only NGO that combines legal, social work, counseling, shelter, healthcare, and supply services to ensure the best path for the children and their mothers. Now, these women come to us in varying stages of their pregnancy from a multitude of backgrounds. They face immediate problems. How will they feed their children? And they also face long-term problems. How will they secure an identity for their children? PathFinders seeks to help first and foremost the child by partnering and enabling the mother and provide shelter, clothing, baby and maternity supplies to both child and mother. PathFinders seeks to empower mothers by educating them about their legal rights in Hong Kong. PathFinders seeks to bring about change in Hong Kong laws and practices and raise awareness to the general public of Hong Kong through submissions made to both the Legislative Council of Hong Kong as well as the United Nations. And through the joint efforts of PathFinders and other NGOs, we have seen change in Hong Kong. In 2018, Carrie Lam, in her policy address, took into consideration Pathfinder recommendations and specifically included measures for ethnic minorities. In May 2018, the government has established a committee on children, which addresses challenges faced by ethnic minority children. And on a frontline level, Immigration and Labor Department officers are becoming more accustomed to seeing our clients and are now more understanding and sympathetic to their claims. So why did I join PathFinders? I studied law in the UK, and I immediately started working in IPO corporate finance at a law firm in Hong Kong. It was hard, unfulfilling work, and I realized that I wanted to use my knowledge of the law to improve lives and do good. So I made the decision to apply to an NGO that combines both humanitarian and legal support to their clients. And I eventually found PathFinders. I was given the opportunity to meet the team and understand the kind of work they do. It was a good fit. They offered me a position, and so I joined. At PathFinders, the support and assistance I provide varies widely. It can range from assisting a foreign domestic worker at the Labor Tribunal or the Equal Opportunities Commission to bring claims against their ex-employers. It can involve finding lawyers to bring paternity and maintenance claims against the father of the child. Other times, it can simply mean holding their hand and offering them reassurance. All of this work is incredibly important. So, in turn, how can you help these women? Currently, there is a lack of clear legislation in Hong Kong and a lack of understanding from foreign domestic workers, employment agencies, and employers alike. Some workers are unaware that they're entitled to maternity protection in Hong Kong, and some employers are aware that it is illegal to terminate a foreign domestic worker on grounds of pregnancy. We need to remember that these workers are human, just like us, and they deserve our support. Luckily, the general awareness and knowledge of these foreign domestic workers on the maternity protections available to them in Hong Kong seem to be improving. Early this year, PathFinders received several workers coming to us after their employment has been terminated through their friends' recommendations who informed them that firstly, it was unlawful of the employer to have terminated them due to pregnancy, and secondly, PathFinders could provide help and support. However, if these workers are not dismissed on grounds of pregnancy and they are given maternity leave, they face other issues. They will continue to be subject to the live-in rule that is enshrined in their employment contract. This live-in rule states that a worker must live in the employer's place of residence for the entire duration of their employment. Now, this live-in rule is difficult. Workers feel obliged to continue working for their employer, even if they are officially on maternity leave. And even if employers want to do the right thing and support their foreign domestic worker through their pregnancy, they too are bound by the live-in rule and simply may not have the space in their home to accommodate a newborn baby. There are also logistical questions, such as where the baby will live once it's born, and who will take care of the household duties when the worker is on maternity leave. Now, many of you here are young millennials who will soon make up the next generation of employers for foreign domestic workers. You need to become familiar with the legislation in Hong Kong and understand that, like all of us, foreign domestic workers are entitled to labor and maternity protection in Hong Kong. There are a large number of foreign domestic workers in Hong Kong, and this number is expected to increase dramatically in the coming years. So the time to act is now. These women, like you and me, will continue to fall in love, have sex, and babies will continue to be born. We must all do our part to ensure that these children and their mothers are respected and protected. I'm Rachel from PathFinders. Thank you.